I've spent $22,500 on Whiteout Survival in 130 days. I'm visiting alliances right now. Let me show you what the events are going on, what I'm doing around the state right now, and what my gameplay is for tonight. We do have a couple cool events now. We have the treasure hunter event going on as well, so we'll get into that a little bit. And we have some events going on. Let's take a look at the calendar. So first things first, we have the treasure hunter going on. You can see that on the calendar here. We have Frosty Fortune coming up as well later this week. We have fishing going on right now, which I'll show you when we're fishing. We have Canyon Clash, the main ones I'm going to highlight, and I'm doing Alliance Mobilization. We got Foundry coming up as well, of course. And look at this. We have State versus State coming up at the end of this week, so we'll be doing prep next week. So exciting stuff coming up. What I'm doing visiting this alliance is Alliance Mobilization. I'll get into that in 1 second. I want to tell you something I did that I messed up. I was playing a joke on somebody. You know how you do a one-man march sometimes just to joke around with people? I did my Alliance Championship registration. I left the Alliance to go do this joke where I just sent one-man troop to a player in this Alliance that I was playing, messing around with. And I believe that caused me to lose my registration. I was here to try to help the team, and I am not on the team. I really wanted my squad in this team, and somehow I'm not there. So that stunk real bad because this is one of the things I want to do to help them out, and I didn't get a chance to do it. Completely my fault for just messing around and forgetting that, you needed, like when I left the Alliance and came back, I should have registered again. And, I don't know, live and learn. You play this game long enough, I guess little stuff like that comes second nature to you, but I completely forgot. It escaped me until I realized what happened. Of course, I'll do my 10 Gina rallies just to get the shards to trade in. I mean, it's free shards, might as well. And then we've got the Officer Project. So Officer Project, there's two things, Essence Stones and Chief Charms. And, I'm a little on the fence about this to some degree, but, I've been spending a lot of money in the spirit of helping. I lost my opportunity to help them with the Alliance Championship, so I don't really want to be spending at this rate, but I'm going to do it because I'm doing stuff around the state right now with the sole purpose of trying to help others. So yeah, I'm spending a little bit beyond my budget, but I'm going to try to do it, in a smart way. So what I'm going to do, I've got two choices here. I can do the charms, which we do have a charm spending opportunity, and I can do Essence Stones. I think I'm probably going to do them both actually, because it'll give me an opportunity to put up some points for the Alliance Mobilization task. So let's get into it and let's do some spending because, that's what it's all about tonight. When I don't have any other exciting content, at least I can spend. And somebody pointed out that if I keep spending at this rate, I'm going to have like Globe 2 by the end of the year. Like, no, please, I need to slow down. But right now, first of all, I feel there's certain things on the account that maybe I didn't push, enough when I compare to like what we need for state versus state castle defense and things like this. So there's that aspect of it. There's wanting to make sure I have a bunch of points for SVS, but I can't keep up this rate of spending that I've been doing recently for too much longer before it's going to have a real big impact. So, but right now we're still in that mode. So let's see where it goes tonight. So let's get into Alliance Mobilization. I guess what I'm going to do, I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I should pick up this charms and then just do the charm. But the thing is, if you look, I only have 9 more attempts left. I picked up a gem one off camera when I started because it just happened to be there. But I'm only going to have I'm going to have 4 of these refresh attempts because you can only do these ones with the custom refresh, the exclusive mission with a custom refresh twice each, if I recall. So that'll be 4. So that'll leave me with 5 more missions. I do have 2 spending ones I can do here. And oddly enough, the spending ones, like as far as points per dollar, it's actually better to get the smaller ones and do multiple of them. And it's kind of hard to get them sometimes. So, just kind of random luck if you get them on a refresh. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to use these and because, this will give me good points. And then I'll also do the exclusive ones up here. But let me start with the exclusive one because there's one I want to do, the 200%. I'm going to do on the one that gives the most points. It's kind of the least efficient, but I'm going to grab this one. And then I'm going to go right to Treasure Hunter here. Let me do these claims. Let me come over here and I'll grab the $100. Actually, I'm not going to grab the $100 Treasure Hunter. I was going to do the $100 Treasure Hunter. I do need to put 50,000 top-up points on the board, but what happened yesterday is to close out another Alliance mobilization task, I used another $100 treasure hunter. And so I figured I would use that in the bank for today. So that's why you see me, I already have 240 axes. That's because you get 240 here. So let me grab, I'll just buy these up. And then I think I'm going to need to do another 2,500 if I recall. By the time, oh, maybe 7,500 by the time this is done. Yeah. So 7,500 still. So I'm going to go into, let's see, is there any more? Yeah, let me just clear these out. I don't think there's any more here to do. So these are all, just clear this all out. I keep on tapping that. You need to tap this. Tap on this header section up here, where if you tap over here, it brings that thing up. So, all right, now so basically that's the deals section. Fishing, I'll just give you a quick update on. I feel like I'm done with fishing at this point. I unlocked all my island gear. I should get enough points for the daily mission. So I'll just put 2,000 more points on the board for the daily missions just to clear those out. And that'll be all I do for that. Because, you know, I don't need to buy any more of the pro fishing sets or anything this round because I've got everything I need. If you look at this guide set here, I picked up all of these, so unlocked all those. Now I'm just waiting for the other seasons, and I'll work on that so that I can get this, what's this, the chat, I don't know what they call that, chat skin. So, so fishing is kind of done. I'm not going to be spending any more on fishing. And if we go into the standard deal section, we do have some things I can do here. So the Charms Craftsman. So basically I'm going to buy this up a couple levels. Just stick right there for now. And then come back to the Alliance Mobilization. Clear that out. Now I'm going to buy another. Now I'll only get the 120%, but I am going to unlock one more important thing, and that is the Essence Stones. I'm going to do that again, and that's a $100 pack. So let's go into the heroes. Now I need to use some Essence Stones.
The hunt only ends.
And this one is going to give me, or this one is going to require the use of 80. So I'll use 80 there. I don't really want to be kind of inefficient about this, so I'm not going to just do that one twice. What I'm going to do is look for another one. So I think what I'm going to do is start working on the secondary gear now. And the question is, which one should I work on? Now I'm just going to pick one of the other gears, and I think basically I already started working on Flint, I think. Yeah, so you had level 3 here. Now there is something that confuses me a little. I don't know how I got those to level 3 without leveling them up, because if I'm basically, I think because I got Flint and I only need like 20, so I'm going to do some Lancer gear upgrades here just to get a little bit on that. But when I try to do that and use Essence Stones, it basically says it has to be up to level 20 to continue forging. So I don't know how I got those other ones to level 3 without making them level 20 first, but this is saying I need to get it to level 20 first, which I didn't really want to do. So let's see. Now I can forge that, and then maybe you can give it to 20 and then take it back. Let me see. So get that to 20 and then forge. So now I've spent exactly 100 at 80, 10, and 10. So that's exactly 100. And now I'm curious. I'm actually just curious now. Can I, if I unequip that? Where is it? This guy. Oh, you can. After going through Enhancement Reforge, the level will be 0 and all enhancement XP will be returned. Alright. And that's how you end up with that. So now you had to get it to 20, and now so I presume if I wanted to try to do it again, yeah, you have to be at 20 again. So that's a little bit of a quirky game mechanic there, but there's a little trick for you. So here's the thing. Now if I calculated everything, I hope I did this right, because I did 80, 10, and 10, so I should be at exactly 100, and when I exit here, I should trigger the pop-up pack. There we go. Pop-up pack So, and let me make absolutely sure. Yep, I got that 50,000 top-off points. I've been paranoid about messing up lately, so grab that. And now we got ourselves a net gain of 140 essence stones. And picked up some alliance mobilization points while we're at it. So that's that one. Won't be able to refresh that one again. Now let's look at some of the other spending to do, because I think I might be out of spending. So we have the mix and match. I'm not sure I want to press this any further. It's not super efficient. I did what I could up to $20 here. The pet chest, I can do another 10 on this. So that's 5,000 right there. I could actually do some more charms, and I can't do any of the gear, and I could do another of these. So that's 5, 8. Yeah, that's 18 so far that I can do. And I could pick up some more somewhere if I needed to get to the 25 mark. So let's come in here and let's make this the 25,000 top off points, and we'll make that happen. Because I don't want to have to spend another 100 when I just did all that spending. And so we'll take more of the pet chests. All right, that's 5. We'll take some more of the charms. We'll do the daily deals. See if I get lucky. A little bit lucky. Now, let's see what else I need to top that off. We've got about 5, 6, 7,000 more to top that off. So I need 7,000 more to top that off. So if we come into these standard deals again, 7,000 more to top it off. Probably what makes the most sense at this point is to renew some of the weekly cards. I mean, I can just grab these weeklies again. This the fire crystal weekly card and the ultra value monthly card. Kind of get that going again, or I can grab a pet weekly card, and that wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't give me VIP points. That's why I try not to grab those, but it would give me some more pet stuff in the bank. So I think I'm going to go with, well, ultra value monthly card. That'll give me some VIP points. And neither of these, the pet or the fire crystals, give me VIP. So, and I already have some of those. So I'll go ahead and grab the pet weekly. It's not a bad deal necessarily. I just don't like that it doesn't give VIP. And that will clear out that alliance mobilization task. And now I have some choices here. Depends on how much I want to spend versus not, etc. But I think what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to grab this top off points, because it's sitting here and it's like hard. I can do a refresh here, but I'm going to use the refresh for the gems, because while I can get a little bit more for these, it's hard to get the gem. It's hard to get both of these essentially with any consistency. So the question is, like, which which one am I going to gamble on that I'm going to see again? And I might not see this 750 again here. It's actually kind of hard to catch the bigger ones down here. So because of that, I'm going to grab this one while it's here, and then I'll use the other one for gems. So I'm going to grab that one while it's here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to grab the Charms Craftsman pack, because I've realized how, good charms are as far as press and power, and I want to be able to do that big time in the near future for prep and such. So that's the alliance mobilization there. That'll clear that one out. And now I don't have anything else here. I think no, there is a charms event here, so somebody might want to use those. So I'll leave that there. Nobody else has been using these top off points ones, and I'm kind of done. But, and this is kind of small enough if somebody wants to use it, we can leave it. So I guess I'll just leave some of these and see what the refresh is. But in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll at least grab one of the gems ones, so I can do some 50,000 gems. And I'll do that with, you guessed it, common wild marks. So just grab those. Close that one out. And now I can't do any of the custom refreshes. So now the rest of the night I have 4 more opportunities. I'm basically going to be trying to get the gems. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more spending tonight, but I'm going to be trying to get the gems. I could potentially grab one of these, the Chief Charms. I mean, I could. It's just this isn't a super great one either. It's only 300. And what I'm going to do is a lot more than that. So I'm going to just kind of play it by ear. I'm going to refresh this one because nobody else is buying in the shop right now. And really, we shouldn't be using speed ups. So I'm going to clear these. We have SVS coming up. Shouldn't really be using those. So I'll clear those out and I'll see what I can find as far as, you know, either some charms or I've already done Essence Stone. So it's really just charms and gems is all I'm looking for now. I'm done spending for the night. See where we are on the ranking. All right. Oh, well, we snuck in there in 3rd place again. Been going back and forth on it. Hopefully this helps us, you know, helps us rank. I really hope I can help this alliance get 3rd place because now that I'm not actually, I'm doing 2 bear traps. I did 1 bear trap already. Everybody appreciated it because a lot of them got personal bests, new personal bests and all that. I did share some information on how we started doing rally timing for bear, and that's helped a lot, and hopefully that'll help them increase their scores as well. I'm going to do their 2nd bear trap. Now I feel particularly obligated to do it because I kind of screwed up on the Alliance Championship, and now I spent a little bit more in Alliance Mobilization, mainly out of my own guilt and desire to help them at least do one thing. And, you know, I know my spending is helping with Alliance chests and other things anyways, but hopefully this will help give them a good rank for the Alliance Mobilization win, I hope. The other thing I have to be careful of is I have to make sure, if you ever find yourself in this predicament doing anything like this, you have to make sure that you're at the Alliance you register with when the reset happens. So 2 days from now, basically on Thursday, for me, Thursday night, I have to make sure I'm in the Alliance, registered for Canyon Clash and Foundry, because I'm going to go back to my home Alliance for these events. And I have to register myself, put myself on the roster, and then stay until after the reset. After the reset, you're then locked in. This was my problem with Alliance Championship. Had I waited till the reset, had I made sure that I got them in there before the reset, my squad would have been locked into Alliance Championship. I did that, but then left the Alliance for play a stupid game, and I forgot to register it again, and, you know, lesson learned. Hopefully I won't make that stupid mistake again. So let's see. I think that's all we have here. Let's now take a look at Treasure Hunter and see how lucky I can get there tonight. So I'll make those claims and let's see. Basically, last night I spent $185, got 452 axes plus the free ones, and made it all the way up to level 47 in the rewards and the rewards trail here. And I want to get all the way to 100 because that's where the max value for the mithril is. This event, to me, looks like it's loaded with value now. You get more axes per dollar than you used to get. And you get mithril rewards now as well. Aside from getting axes, you get mithril and gear in the rewards up here. I mean, look at this, 50 gear chests, 50 gear chests here, plus essence stones here, 50 essence stones there. I mean, this to me looks like this event is loaded with value actually. So I don't know how they made it. They made it so much better, I think. And I think from what I saw, the odds stayed the same as far as the way the mechanics worked. So it really just added a whole bunch of value to this event, I believe. And they made it 5 days, which means if you wanted to spend just a little bit every day and have a better chance of getting up to that 100, like maybe go to the $20 amount every day and see how far you can get towards that mithril, like you can do that. You have 5 days now to play the event instead of 3 like it was before. I think they just went all out on this event and made it like value upon value. This is a really great event. But my goal is really just to get all 100 of those rewards, and then we'll see how things go. So let's see how my luck goes today. Oh, I'll click. Yeah, right. There we go. Well, it's basically if you get it in about half the time, you're doing pretty good. About half the opens. That's better than average. And that was the special floor, 30. Back to the regular floor. About average. Regular floor. About average. Yeah, probably slightly worse than average there. I'm not sure. That looked probably slightly worse than average as well. Oh, special floor. And worse than average, definitely worse than average there. Well, better than average there. About average there. Roughly average there. About average. Special floor. And definitely worse than average there. Like almost the whole floor to clear. About average there. Yeah, about average. About average there. See the trend here? Most of the time it takes about half of the axis. Special floor. Oh my god. So much worse than average. Slightly better than average, I would say. Probably about average there. Man, can I get a good hit once tonight? All right, that's good. Not great. Special floor. What is it with the special floor in my luck? That was worse than average. Not as bad as the other ones, but... Alright, roughly average. I'd say that's roughly average. Yeah, about average there. Again, roughly average, I think. Special floor. Man. Alright, that was better than average there. I'd say that was a little worse than average. Oops. Went too fast. Clicked too fast. Almost done with our axes for tonight. Well, then I get some from the reward trail too. Floor 80. Alright. That was about average, I think. Oh, not too bad. That's much better than average. Much better than average. Alright, this is going to be worse than average, but here we go. Look at that, 50 chests, more axe, mithril, axes, more mithril, axes, more mithril. I mean, we're getting there. Alright, let's finish this off. Alright, about average there. Special floor. Wow, such worse than so worse than average. Let's say that was roughly average. I'll grab these 20 axes and see how it goes. And roughly average. Hey, all right. All right, I'm going to turn off the... well, I was going to turn off the auto, but it stayed on and I got that one. But we'll be playing again tomorrow night. So now I'm on the path reward level 88. And that was roughly 41 more levels I made. with tonight's spending, and that was still the same number of axes. So I made like 47 last night, which I had a couple good hits, and I didn't have a couple good hits tonight, and 41 tonight. That's $185 spent total, including the 100 I spent last night. Let's see how many chests that turned out to be, because I did clear my backpack before. So let's just do some backpack maintenance here. Take care of this. And for the commenter who saw that I had a frame that was not being used, the permanent frame, it was from the Easter event, and I completely forgot I had it in there. So thank you. I did activate it at least. So this was 785 Hero Gear chests. That's compared to last night where I got 890 chests. But I think a lot of that was from path rewards and stuff as well. And because I just kind of got lucky on some of the hits. Let's clear this out. Clear out the VIP. And we'll do this in batches of 100. And we'll see how many mythic I can get tonight. Last night I got 18 mythic from 890 chests. Let's see how the luck is tonight. But I got a couple good hits. Let's see. Here we go. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got spoiled last night. 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. That's not too bad. 13 all in all. So out of 785 chests, got 13 mythic. Not too bad at all, I'd say. That's, I think, double, roughly a little less than double what you would expect. So now let's take a look at the hero gear just to explain what my strategy is going to be, because I was explaining this last night. I was kind of going through it. Some people gave me some advice, and I think I have a more clear picture of the approach I'm going to use now. So essentially, of course, I'm going to get this gear here. Let me move my head in the middle here. Of course, I'm going to get this gear to red and start pressing this. I do want them all to be plus 20, and the main reason for that is just because I want the first, oh, you can't see it here, but I want the first empowerment stats for expedition unlocked. Even though it's going to be, marksman defense, which you really want, attack and stuff for marksman, it is still, advantageous to have expedition skills. So I want to get that to plus 20. Here, this is already, ready to go to plus 20 essentially as soon as SVS comes along. And then, of course, I'm going to focus on, well, maybe it's not so obvious, but I will end up focusing more on the attack again. But let me explain why. Let me use Geronimo to explain why. So I was debating whether or not I should next. So basically I'm going to get Geronimo's goggles to plus 20 first when it comes to infantry gear. Then I'll have everything at plus 20 at least. And the debate goes, and I have this is ready to go to plus 60, which will give me the infantry defense. The debate goes that should I go for the plus 60 infantry defense on the goggles, or should I start the progression of either the gauntlets or the boots? And because the gauntlets or the boots have ultimately plus 100, which gives you the plus 50, but to get there, it takes quite a bit. It's this very steep curve, and along the way, you're going to be getting like things that you don't really care about all too much. You get exploration, and then infantry attack, and then finally you get the infantry defense. Here's the thing that somebody pointed out to me. This is actually Bardown who pointed this out to me again. So thanks a lot, brother, because you've been helping me out, helping me think through this critically. Here's the thing: there's still the progression of stats follow the normal guidance. So the goggles and the gauntlets and belt is what you need to be progressing for infantry ultimately, because that's the health and defense. So it is true that if I try to do the boots, I will eventually get the plus 100 for the infantry defense. But the stats you're gaining along the way, the gear stats up here in this section, they're still, infantry lethality instead of infantry health. And by focusing on the gauntlets, not only am I boosting up the infantry health and and basically, and working towards the defense, but it's going to be a long grind, yes, but along the way of that grind, you're going to be doing the right thing for the account, which is infantry health. So that's the reason why you go that route. So essentially, I can push this up to plus 60 as well, but it doesn't really matter. What really matters is getting this to plus 100 to get that infantry defense. If I were to try to press this any further, which I could do, I'm ultimately just going to end up getting more attack. So I'm going to kind of leave this at plus 60 for a little bit and then work on getting this to plus 100, because this progression will give me both, infantry health and a progression towards the plus 50% infantry defense. So that's basically my next move on the account. Is I'm going to get everything else to plus 20, and then my next big focus is going to be the infantry gauntlets, I think, and try to get that all the way to plus 100. And I think I'll leave these at all plus 20 for a little bit. I'll leave these at all plus 20 for a little bit once I get that there. And my whole focus will be to get, Geronimo's gauntlets all the way up to plus 100. I think that's the way I'm going to do that. Tell me if you think that makes sense in the comments, and tell me if you have any alternate advice, if you think that you wouldn't do it that way. And if you do tell me that, I want to know why, because that's, I think, basically what I'm going to be doing. So the last thing we could take a look at is Labyrinth before we look at VIP. But the thing is that I don't expect anything special for Labyrinth, because basically, I haven't been pushing this that much. So if we go down to, let's see, Cave of Monsters is usually around here. 15. This is like standard for Cave of Monsters. But I don't, if I recall, maybe I did do a little bit with pets since I was last in Cave of Monsters. Oh, okay, I must have. I do recall that I recently did the pets to give more rewards. I explained that was basically a move to kind of double dip. It's kind of like compound interest. But I didn't recall if I had done Cave of Monsters since doing that. Let me actually change this up just a little bit, because it looks like it's right on the fence. No, that didn't help. I don't know if that was just bad luck, though. Let me try it again. No? All right. All right, the thing seemed to be at a wall now. I mean, I can go back to the standard, but it didn't seem like it's going to matter much. So I must have had a couple lucky hits in there or something, but... All right, let's see. Here's what things are looking like for Cave of Monsters right now. Yeah, is what it is. I'll get a chance to push that more during prep phase. Glowstone Mine. Glowstone Mine is Charms, and it purposely didn't do anything with Charms tonight. Let's take a look. Forgot about this. Let's take a look at this event, this Officer Project event. All right, I don't legitimately have an excuse to do Charms tonight because I did the Essence Stones. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save it for State versus State, and we'll just see. I don't know. Again, same thing here. I can't recall if I did Labyrinth after the most recent Charms, but we'll see. Should be obvious right away. Yeah, I don't think I did. I mean, I think I did, and then, so let's see if I play around with this just a little bit. No, got a little closer, but... that didn't seem to help. How about a little more extreme? No, that didn't help at all. All right, let's see where things land on Glowstone Mine. Yeah, this is the thing. Other people are doing some pressing. Like, all right, I'll get there eventually. It's like delayed gratification. I've got a lot sitting in the bank, and when the time is right for prep, then I'll pop all that. And we'll be good to go. So waiting, sitting on a lot of power right now. I think the last thing to do is get into VIP, and let's do these claims and see what that's looking like. All right. Don't have anything more to do. So I do have some VIP points to do, but I'm going to hold off on the spinner wheel because I have so much content with all these events coming up. I've got the Treasure Hunter this week, and I've got Frosty Fortune coming up. I'm going to hold off on the sprint spinner. So we'll wait until there's another dead content day where I don't have anything particularly interesting, and then I'll do the spending and do the spinner. So I'm going to hold off on that for now. And that's all I have for you tonight. So I hope you're enjoying this journey. I hope you're enjoying watching, the progression of the account. I hope you're actually not enjoying the amount of spending I'm doing lately, because that is way too much, and I need to rein that in again and start focusing on very, careful decisions of what I'm spending on and such. But right now it's all about trying to help the state and trying to prep, get ready for prep and stuff. So it's a lot of power I'm sitting on right now. I've been spending a lot of money lately, and I can't wait to put it all to good use during the next prep phase. I hope I've done the spending and prepping properly for that, so that I really have a bunch in the tank to go crazy for this next prep. So it should be exciting. Make sure you watch out for that. But if you want to continue to follow this journey and support me and see where this goes, you got to help me out by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.